అందరికీ నమస్కారములు. Today we are going to have another session on Samskrutam learning by Shri Akella Hemakanta Prabhakar Rao garu. He is the president of Veda Samskruti Samiti, who has started the initiative of conducting certificate courses on Sanatana Dharma. We have already conducted 6 basic courses, and this is the second advanced course. And besides this, we are having one more basic course in Telugu language. We have completed almost 3 months of our coursework, all important topics. We are left with only 3 important topics now: Dharma Shastras and Dharma Shastras from Mahabharatam and Ramayana. These are the 3 topics plus some more sessions on Samskrutam learning to complete, to enable you to appear for Parichaya of Samskrita Bharati examinations, and also 1 or 2 sessions on yoga. So finally we are going to conclude on 17th of next month, that is July. Only 1 month is left out of this 4 months course. Tomorrow we are going to have an internal assessment covering many topics. Yesterday I have told you all the topics. And another assessment we are going to have on in the first week, I think 3rd of July, where we are going to practice some Nitya Karmas of our Samskruti, like Prarthana, Pravara. By all, we will have a test on that. And also we will have a Sankalpam. So that session will be very useful, because that is going to be a practical oriented test, which is a takeaway physically from this course. Of course, other knowledge, besides the other knowledge which we are having in these 4 months. Now, let us start this session with paying respects to our country by reciting Vande Mataram, followed by Prarthana. Let us request Challa Chittibabu garu to recite Vande Mataram, please. Challa Chittibabu garu.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sufalam, Malayaj Sitalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram. Subrajosna pulakitayaminim, pullakusumita drumadala shobhinim, suhasinim, sumadhura bhashinim, sukhadam varadam mataram, Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram. ధన్యవాదములండి చలా చిట్టిబాబు గారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. Now let us request Jayasri Garu to chant Prarthana, please.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. 1 minute meditation, 3 times Omkaram, then Prarthana. Om. 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 Om Ganana Ganapatigo Havamahe Kavim Kavinamupamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanaspata Anatranvanotivi Sita Sadanam Om Shri Mahaganadhipataye Namaha ॐ प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतो ॐ श्रीमहासरस्वत्यै नमः गुरुरेव गतिः गुरुमेव भजे गुरुणैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरौ मां पाहि गुरो ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव ॐ सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ धन्यवादाः
हरिः ओम శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. ధన్యవాదములండి జయశ్రీ గారు.
ధన్యవాదాలు సార్.
Thank you so much. Now let us go for the webinar session. Let us request Akalla Hemakanta Prabhakar Rao garu to start the session, please.
हरि ओम सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कारः. संस्कृतभारती प्रार्थना. पठामि संस्कृतं नित्यं वदामि संस्कृतं सदा ध्यायामि संस्कृतं सम्यक् Vande Samskrutamataram. Samskrutasya prasaraya naijam sarvam dadamyaham. Samskrutasya sadha bhakto Vande Samskrutamataram. Samskrutasya krute jivan. Samskrutasya krute yajan. Atmanamahutam manye. Vande Samskrutamataram. Vande Samskrutamataram. Vande Samskrutamataram. Jayatu Samskrutam, Jayatu Bharatam. Today we are taking about sixth lesson. Till now we have covered various topics in Parichaya level, starting from Vidhiling, Sambhavanarthe Vidhiling, and then Kradanta Prachayas, Karmani Prayogam, then Visheshana Vishesha Sarupyam, then Purana Prachayas, Chittichana Prayogam, and then Sandhayaha. Now another important topic of whole course, all the 4 courses of Samskrita Bharati. What for we are learning Samskrutam? We are learning Samskrutam to understand the poetry of Samskrutam. Mainly, mostly our kavyas, all are in poetry. Mostly Puranas or Mahabharata, Ramayana, Bhagavatam, or many of the Granthas are written in poetry. Slokarupena likhtavantaha. Tat karanat, slokarupena, from understanding slokam a bit difficult because it's a mixture of words based on the meter, chandas, etc. It will not be in an order. It will not be in order of a sentence. Karta, karma, kriya. Like that, any prose sentence, it will not be in that line. Unless we are accustomed to talk in a sequential form, just like subject, object, and predicate. Subject, object, and verb. Like that, we are accustomed to speak like that, we understand like that. So, to understand the sloka portion of that, we have to break up the slokam into a particular order suitable to sentence form. So, how to do that? That starting is being done now, which will be told to you initially, first level in Parichaya, second level in Siksha, third level in Govida. Unless all the 3 levels complete, you will not be able to do it a good, satisfied job of understanding a sloka correctly. But we are learning basics of that, forming sloka into a sentence. What is a sentence? Sentence is nothing but subject, object, and predicate. That is, let me share the lesson. I hope you are all seeing the lesson. Yeah.
Gurure.
First level of this is called Anvaya Krama. Anvaya Krama. Anvaya means what? Finding out the associated words. That is Anvaya Krama. In sloka, the words that are scattered in different places are made up with sandhis, etc., making them understand which word is to be attached to which word. That attachment of words in a proper way is Anvaya. That Anvaya Krama, how it will be, how we should do it, how we should understand the sloka, and how we should understand the Anvayam, how we should do it, various words, how to reorganize them in a particular fashion so that we will make the story correctly. So this procedure to rewrite sloka in the prose form is called Anvaya Krama. The prose form means we write sentences. Sentences will have Kartrupadam, subject, Karmapadam, object, and Kriyapadam, verb or predicate, what you say, with associated words, Padani. Words means Padana. With associated Padani, मिलित्वा सर्वाणि पदानि मिलित्वा वयं वाक्यरचना कुर्मः. We write sentences adding the various words which are to be coupled together in a systematic way. Kartrupadam words to be put at one place. Karmapadam words should be one place. Kriyapadam words should be put at one place. And the sentence normally in the form of karta, karma, kriya. So we have to move 3 boxes. We have to arrange the words in the sloka into 3 boxes and make a sentence. Then how to recognize which word is kriya, which word is karta, which word is karma? How to recognize that theory? To understand that theory only we have learnt in Pravesha and Parichaya so many grammatical forms of Samskrutam. Vibhakti, Pada Sabda Vivaranam, Sabda Lakshanam, the attributes of words, Lingam, Vachanam, Vibhakti, Antam, Pratipadika Rupam for that word, meaning, all these things about words. About verbs, Bhutakala verb, Vartamanakala verb, Bhutakala verb, Bhavishyat-kala verb, Kartari Prayoga verb, Karmani Prayoga verb. All these things we have understood by this time now. These things will be used in sloka. So which is what? Understanding that and putting together all similar ones at one place and writing the sentence is Anvayakrama. So they will be in order as per the meaning of the words in the prose form. But in sloka form, it is not necessary to arrange them in sequential order along with associated words. This rule is followed to meet the requirements of meter or chandas. They follow some chandas. What is the advantage of chandas? The chandas will have a rhythm. Shravya, Shabda Alankara, Shravya will be there if you follow chandas and all those things. So the following of chandas is very important to make to create interest in the reading the sloka, in the reciting the sloka. That is the basic thing of our Sanskrit language. So it should be very pleasant and audible and interesting to person who hears that language. That is what created by chandas, various systematic pattern of arranging words. So that chandas is a separate subject we will learn later. In sequential order along with associated words. This rule is followed to meet the requirements of meter and chandas. In sloka, 2 different words belonging to 2 different sentences. In sloka, please understand this point. In sloka, 2 different words belonging to 2 different sentences. Somebody is talking in parallel, I think. In sloka, 2 different words belonging to 2 different sentences may be grouped and used to meet the meter chandas requirements. One word of one sentence, another word of another sentence may be made a joined at one place and put at one place as making a sandhi there. So, by taking 2 words together there, you will not get the meaning properly. So, this we do not find in prose form. In prose form, it will not be like that. Every sentence is separate. Every sentence is distinct in every respect. That will be in prose form. In poetry form, it is not like that. Therefore, we must rearrange the words of stanza or verse or sloka while interpreting the meaning by writing in sentence form. This arrangement is called Anvayakrama. To understand the complete sentence of a poem, sloka, we must follow the following 4 steps. These are the 4 steps to be followed initially. You should follow in this way. The first one is Pada Vibhagaha. What are the words that are in the sloka? Individual words. Make individual words, separate them and put it on place. In the same order of sloka. In which order the words are there in the sloka, the same order you have to put in the Padavibhaga also. So that is Padavibhaga. Breaking up sloka into individual words, Shabdaha or Padani. All are same words. Words Shabdaha, Padani. Similar. So this breaking up of sloka into Padani or Shabdaha is called Pada Vibhaga. The next step is Anvayaha. Next step is to make a sentence. What are the words that are used for forming karta? Group them at one place. That grouping of karta words, kartupadam words, grouping of karmapadam words, grouping of kriyapadam words is called Anvayaha. Constructing words, Shabdaha Padani, or arranging them in sentence form is called Anvayaha. Then Anvayarthaha. Then after arranging this, we have to understand the sentence. To understand the sentence, we have to understand the meaning of that words. That words may have many meaning. In Samskrutam, another important character in Samskrutam is, depending on the context, a word will have a different meaning at different place. So, in this sloka, in this particular context, what is the meaning of that word? That is Anvayartha. That word, that meaning only we will take. So, applicable meaning to this context. That is Anvayartha. Meaning arrived at thereby according to the context. Then Tatparyam. The Tatparyam is the total bhava of the sloka. Taking the Purva story, old story, and linking up the future story, and the present words, why they are used, those words, what is the importance of those words, and how they are connected to the story in the sloka. All these things explaining with explanation. If you write in your own way, it's not necessarily exact true translation of the sloka. Tatparyam is not the exact true translation of the sloka. Tatparyam is the meaning of the total bhava of the sloka applicable to the context in the story. That is Tatparyam, purport. The substance of the whole sloka or contextual meaning of sloka, linking up with past and future applicable to that sloka, is Tatparyam. Tatparyam. So now Padavibhaga, let us go to the first step. How to do the Padavibhaga. Writing all words of sloka serially, the same way as in the sloka. In the same order of sloka is called Padavibhaga. If Sandhi words are there, now next step, second point. If Sandhi words are there in the sloka, the Sandhi between them is to be removed. And both Sandhi between is to be removed and write both words separately. Both words are to be written separately in the same order, serial order. Therefore, where there are Sandhi words, we have to split up. Split up. For example, let us understand Dilipasya. Dilipasya plus Acharya is called Dilipasya. In the sloka, it is written as Dilipasya. But when you write Padavibhaga, you have to write as Dilipasya Acharya. Dilipasya is in Sashti Vibhakti, Acharya is in Pradama Vibhakti. So, if there are no Sandhaya words, if there are no Sandhya words are written or uttered separately as they are, that will be Kati Dinani Tishtati. This is not Tishtati, Tishtati. This should be corrected. In the sloka, it is written as Katinani Tishtati. Then, how do you write that? Write same, you just repeat it, that's all. Kati, dinani, tishtati. That's all. There is no separation there. Already they are separated in the sloka. So, nothing to be separation there. This is known as Padavibhaga. One second. Please note, Padavibhaga is necessary for study of prose also. Please understand this point also. When you are reading prose also, this Padavibhaga is required. Because in prose also they use Sandhi words. But they may not be, the Sandhi words may not be, one word may be useful for Karta, another word may be useful for Karma. They may make both these together, or maybe like that sometimes. But it should not be. Normally in prose it will not be. But to understand the prose, we have to break. And then only we can understand the correct meaning of that. So please note, Padavibhaga is necessary for study of prose also. Then second point in Padavibhaga is Samasta words. That means words which are joined together and becomes a one word. In Samskrutam, there is another practice. In Sandhi is one practice. Two different words are joined together. Maybe sometimes different, sometimes attached. Sometimes attached words, sometimes different words are joined. Each word will have a different meaning. Each word is independent in Sandhi. But whereas Samasta word, after joining two words, it will convey a combined meaning. It is not two different meanings of two words of Samastapada. So when once you see Samastapada having one meaning for both the words, that word need not be broken up. Samasta words need not be broken up. So Samasta words shall not be separated because there is one word only. Because it contains only one meaning. Take Samasta words as one word. Then third point, we have to follow Anuswara Lekhana rules. Anuswara Lekhana rules you know. When one Anuswaram is there at the end of the word, the next word can joining with vowel. You have to use that as Halantam Makaram. That sometimes they join the words, sometimes they write separately. When if it's not, second word is not having vowel, swara, having Halantam, then what you write Anuswaram? Dot. But when you are writing Padavibhaga, every word is individual word. So though that word is written with Anuswara in Sloka, when you are writing Padavibhaga as an individual word, you have to write Halantam only. Okay? Vanam is there. Vanam Gacchati. That Vanam Gacchati, Vanam Anuswaram you will write there in Sloka. But when you write as a Padavibhaga, Vanam, Vana, Makar, Hal, you have to write. Then Gacchati. Then Kama, you have to put Kama for everything. So we have to follow Anuswara Lekhana rules while writing words ending with Anuswara. When we write individual word, the end Anuswara shall be written as Halantam Makaram only, not to be written by dot, though it is written in Sloka as dot. This third rule. The next words sequence shall be maintained as same as in Sloka. This sequential order shall be maintained same as in this Sloka. Same order you have to maintain. You should not rearrange them at this stage. How to identify Samastapada? Then another important point you should understand. How to identify whether this Samastapada or Sandhyapada. How to identify this? In Samastapada, Purvapada will not have Vibhakti. This you will learn in Kovida, but better to learn now itself. Idea should have, you should have better have idea itself. So that the work will be easy for you. Your confusion will be less. The Samastapada, Purvapada will be Pratipadika Rupam always in Samastapada. It will not have Vibhakti. That is the concept you should understand. So in Samastapada, Purvapada will not have Vibhakti, whereas in Sandhipada, each Pada will have Vibhakti. Each Pada will have Vibhakti. So the meaning Samasta will be combined meaning of both words, whereas the words in Sandhipada will carry independent meaning for each word. The meaning of Samastapada will be combined meaning. The meaning of Samastapada will be combined meaning for both the words, whereas the words in Sandhipada will carry independent meaning for each word. When once you add vibhakti to a word, it will have individual word. If vibhakti is not there, it gets joined with next word. Please understand this. As long as you don't add vibhakti to any word, that word will not have any status of word. It will not have status of word. It will not have carry any meaning. When you have to use a word means you have to use vibhakti for that. That's why you have got 8 cases along with Sambodhana. Those vibhakti words only used in sentences. Non-vibhakti words will get joined with samastapada, pratipadika rupa words. So, in Sandhipada, vibhakti words will be there. So, vibhakti is there, that is Sandhipada. Both the words are having vibhakti, then Sandhipada. If one word is not having, if Purvapada is not having Sandhi, then Samastapada. The meaning of Samastapada will be combined meaning of both the words together. Whereas the words in Sandhipada will carry independent meaning for each word. I will give an example here to understand the Dasarathasya Putraha. We have seen here, no? What is this word? Dilipasya Acharyaha. Dilipasya Acharya. The Acharya of Dilipa. This is the meaning of this. So, Dilipasya is separate word. Acharya is separate word. Dilipasya has got Sashti Vibhakti. Acharya has got Pradhama Vibhakti. So, this is Sandhipada here. But certain padas will be there which will say Virajaraja Putrare. Please hear carefully. Virajaraja Putra Arehe. V means is bird. The meaning of V is bird. So that is Pratipadika Rupam, V. But its meaning is bird. Raja is also Pratipadika word. Viraja, Rajan. So Raja, Viraja. Viraja, if you add both combined, that is Lord of birds. So the meaning of Viraja is one again. That is Garuda. Pakshiraja. Pakshiraja is Garuda. So up to Viraja is one story. Then Raja is also Pratipadika. The next Raja is there. Viraja Raja Raja. Viraja Raja. So who is Garuda's Raja? Viraja Raja. So Viraja Raja is Vishnu. So the meaning of these 3 words is Vishnu. Individually, V is Pakshi, bird, and Raja is king. Raja is king, Pakshi, king, king. That is individual meaning. But the combined meaning, V is Pakshi, Viraja is Garuda, Viraja Raja is Vishnu. This is combined meaning. Viraja Raja Putra. Who is Vishnu's Putra? Manmatha. Here Manmatha. You can take Brahma also. Sometimes you take Brahma, sometimes you take Manmatha. Here we take Manmatha. So Viraja Raja Putra is Manmatha. If you combine these 4 words, the meaning is Manmatha. It is neither Pakshi, nor Garuda, nor Vishnu. It is Manmatha. Viraja Raja Putra, Manmatha. Then Putra Arehe. Putrasya Shatru. That Manmadasya Shatru. Who is this Manmadasya Shatru? Shiva. So what is the meaning of the whole word? Viraja Raja Putrarehe. That is Sashti Vibhakti. Shivasya. Viraja Raja Putrari, he is Shiva. Shivaha. So the meaning of the whole Samastapada is Shiva. Neither it is Pakshi, nor it is Garuda, nor it is Vishnu, nor it is Manmatha. Whereas in Dilipasya Acharya, it is not like that. Dilipa only, Acharya only. Dilipasya, Dilipani Yokka, of Dilipa. Acharya. the same Acharya. There are two independent words. Here all these words are combined together. Viraja, Raja, Putra is a combined word, one meaning. That is Samastapada. So this you have to understand. In this Sandhi is not there? Yes, Sandhi is there. Viraja Sandhi is not there. Viraja Raja Sandhi is not there. Viraja Raja Putra Sandhi is not there. But Viraja Raja Putra Arehe. Putra plus Arehe. Savarnavika Sandhi is there. But Samastapada also contains Sandhi. That doesn't mean you should break it. Arehe, Sashti Vibhakti of that Samastapada. Total Padam is having Sashti Vibhakti. Arehe. Shivas of Shiva. That is the meaning. So this is how we have to understand the Samastapada and Sandhipada difference. I hope everything is clear to you. The word sequence shall be maintained as same as in sloka. That is another important point. These 4 points are to be remembered. How to identify Samastapada is over. By writing breaking Sandhipada, we should have thorough knowledge of all types of Sandhya. Now, how to break Sandhipada? For breaking Sandhi, we should have the knowledge of Sandhya. We read in Sandhya portion, we read there are 3 types of Sandhya. Swara Sandhya, Vyanjana Sandhya, Visarga Sandhya. So these Sandhya we should understand. In Parichaya we are learning only Swara Sandhya. In Siksha we will learn Vyanjana Sandhya and Visarga Sandhya. Then you will have complete knowledge of Sandhya. But we will have a brief idea now. A word ending in a consonant join with the following word that commences with vowel expires with the vowel. A word ending in consonant join with the following word that commences with vowel. This is Gruham plus Agachat. Here this consonant is Makaram, is joining with a vowel A. This is Gruham Agachat. This is Sandhi. But can you use it as one word? No, you cannot. Gruham is separate, Agachat is separate. You have to break it up. Similarly, Vakyam Uktva, Vakyam plus Uktva, Vakyam Muktva. In sloka it will be written as Vakyam Uktva. It will not be Vakyam Uktva, it will not be written like that. It will be written as Vakyam Uktva. But when you are writing Vibhagam, you have to write as Vakyam, comma, Uktva. Like that you have to write. Then Taditi. Tad iti. Taditi is tad plus iti. Tad you have to write separately, iti you have to write separately. Tad comma iti. Like you have to write. So in these examples, you find the first word ends with consonant Vyanjanam. Here Vyanjanam is joining with a vowel. This type of Sandhi, this one type of Sandhis are there. So we have to Ma, Da consonants with a vowel. The second word is a vowel in the beginning, Swaradi. When the 2 words are joined, Ma plus Sa has become Ma. Da plus Si becomes Di. So this we should understand and break it up. Then second type of thing is Visarga Sandhya. This you have to carefully understand. Visarga Sandhya, there are 4 types of Visarga Sandhya. Visarga changes into R sometimes. Sometimes Visarga becomes R when you combine it. Purvapada has got Visarga and that is joining with Uttarapada in certain circumstances that Visarga is to be written as Rakara. So that becomes Visarga changes into Rakara, sometimes Sakara, sometimes O, sometimes Visarga disappears. The 4th point is Visarga vanishes. So please understand now examples. Some more examples again to understand this. Indicates changes in Visarga. Visarga replaced by Refa, that is called Rakara. Refa. The Rakara is called Refa. Savituhu plus Idam. In this context, this Visarga when you join becomes Rakara. That Rakara joins with Ikara and becomes a Ri. Savitu Ridam. So in Sloka it will be written as Savitu Ridam. But when you write Padavibhaga, you have to write as Savituhu, comma, Idam. Similarly, Bhavantaha Sarve, Visarga replaced by Sakara here. In this context, in this situation, here Visarga becomes Sakara. So, When you write combined word, there will be double sakaram. Visarga also sakaram, next word is sakaram, double sakaram. Bhavantas sarve. So if we find double sakaram here, you should understand there is visarga there. If you understand rhythm, the word idam is there, rhythm is not there. So you should understand that rakara is there, visarga is there for a word. So similarly, survey is there, that means survey is there, survey never. There is no word survey. That means here visarga is there for a word. You should understand that and break it up. And similarly, visarga replaced by okara. Ramaha vandate. This visarga becomes O. Ramo vandate. There are some rules for that. How it becomes O. Everything has got some rules. Now we are not going to the rules of those things. We'll later, Siksha will learn. This Ramaha vandate will become Ramo vandate in sloka. So when you write Padavibhaga, you have to write as Ramaha vandate, because Ramo word is not there. If you see the 7 vibhaktis of Rama, you see what is there? Ramaha, Pradama Vibhakti, Ramam, Ditya Vibhakti, Ramena, Tritiya Vibhakti, Ramaya, Chaturthi Vibhakti, Ramat, Panchami Vibhakti, Ramasya, Sashti Vibhakti, Rame, Saptami Vibhakti. Did you find Ramo anywhere? No. That means the Ramo word is not there. But why it is there here written? Sandhi is there. It is Ramaha only has become Ramo. Similarly, you find in Bhagavad Gita many slokas. Every sloka you find this. All these visarga sandhis you find. Without knowing this, when we read Gita, and some people break it up as though they know everything and wrongly read. When you don't know the sandhis, don't break up Gita slokas. Read as it is. If you know sandhi rules correctly, then only break it up and read. Otherwise, you are conveying wrong meaning while reading Gita. Please understand this. Okay, when you don't know sandhi correctly, don't break the words as you like. Ramo vandate. Next, 4th one is devaha iti. Here visarga lopam. It is vanishing. Deva iti. But deva is bahuvachanam, plural here. For plural, vaha should be there. But vaha is not there. Then how do you take deva iti? Deva separately, iti separately. But where is deva? There is no word like deva. Devaha is there. Devau is there. Devaha is there. But there is no word like deva only. That means visarga is there. Devaha plus iti. Like that you have to understand and break it up the things. So when you find the words in sloka like this, you have to break them up and then write accordingly. Now some swara sandhis are there. Tasya plus ayam. In sloka it will be tasyayam, it will be written. This is Savarna Dirgha Sandhi. We are read already. Tasya plus ayam. Tasyayam. 2 akaras joining, Savarna Dirgha Sandhi is happening. So here you have to write Tasya is one word, ayam is another word. Tasyayam is broken up into 2 words like this. Similarly, Tasya idam. This is Guna Sandhi. Tasya edam. Similarly, Tasya etat. Tasyaitat. This is Urdhva Sandhi. Similarly, Devau agatau. Devavagatau. Yantavant Sandhi. Similarly, Sarve plus api. Sarvepi. Purva Sandhi. With avagraham. This is the easiest way to recognize because the avagraham stunningly appears. The next step is in Padavibhaga is to study attributes of each word in Padavibhaga. The next step, what is the next step of Padavibhaga? You have done the Padavibhaga now. You have written everything in order. Then what is the next step? Each word is to be studied. What is that word? Whether that is Namvachakam, Sarvanamam or Visheshanam or Kriya or Abhyayam. These parts of speech, you have to understand that each word by seeing that word. All attributes for every word such as Pratipadika, Antavarnaha, Lingaha, Vibhakti, Vachanam, Bhavam, Cha. Cha means and. Is to be understood. Similarly, whether there is Namavachika Padam or Sarvanama Padam or Adjective Padam or Kriya Padam is to be understood, or Avyaya Padam is to be understood. Then when we observe Kriya Padam, then we shall study the nature of Kriya Padam also. So if I observe a Kriya Padam, then what are the attributes of Kriya Padam? Whether Atmanepadi, Parasmepadi, Bhotakala Kriya, Vartamana Kala Kriya, Kartari Priya Kriya, Karmani Priya Kriya, these things are to be understood. When you see the Kriya Padam, Kriya Padam means what? The meaning, which conveys the meaning of work, any action. Any action that is meaning is, any action word is Kriya Padam. Any action, that is Kriya. So when you see Kriya Padam, whether it's used in Vartamana Kalam, whether it's in Bhutakalam or Bhavishyat Kalam, mainly in slokas, what is the main point is whether there is Kartari Prayogam or Karmani Prayogam. Whether active voice or passive voice. Because the other words, Karta and Karma, depends on this Kriya. If Kriya is Kartari Priyo Kriya, Karta will be in Prathama Vibhakti. In Kriya is in Karmani Priyo Kriya, Karta will be in Tritiya Vibhakti. If Kriya is Kartari Priyo Kriya, the Karma will be in Ditya Vibhakti. So Ditya Vibhakti words are Karma. They are to be grouped together. So if that is Kriya is in Karmani Priya Kriya, Karma will be in Prathama Vibhakti. So in that case, Prathama Vibhakti is to be written as Karma. So we have to understand this. In Kartari Prayogam Kriya is used, we find out Kartrapadam and Karmapadam and other associated words. If Karmani Prayogam, if we use Karmani Prayogam rules, we use Karmani Prayogam rules, and then we find Kartrapadam and Karmapadam and other associated words. Kartrapadam Kriya is used, we find out Kartrapadam and Karmapadam and other associated words by using Kriya Kartrapadam rules. I have not written here. By using Karmani Prayogam rules. If Kartari Prayogam Kriya is used, by using, we use Kartari, Kartari Prayoga rules. And we find out Kartrapadam, Karmapadam and other associated words. If Karmani Prayogam is in use, Karmani, if the Karmani Prayogam is there, so if Karmani Prayog Kriya is there, 1 second. Karmani Prayog Kriya is there, we use Karmani Prayog rules and we find out Kartrapadam, Karmapadam and other associated words. Unless we have this knowledge, we cannot write this loka in sentence form. Next is Anvayaha. Now, this is Padavibhaga is complete now. I hope everybody understood this. Anvayaha. When we split up this loka into independent words, we come to know Vibhakti, Vachanam, Purusha of each word, and also we come to know the attributes of Kriyapadam. Based on what knowledge we locate words belonging to Kartrapadam and Karmapadam, then we can construct the sentence in the words of Karta words, Karma words, and Kriya words. This type of arrangement is called Anvaya. By knowing this Padavibhaga correctly, the Anvaya is easy. Once you study that correctly, arranging Kartrapadam, Karmapadam, and Kriyapadam in order is easy. The total procedure followed is called Anvaya Kramaha. More details will be studying hereafter, taking some sloka as examples. This Anvaya, how we are doing, will understand when you take up a sloka and do it practically. We will go further. Next we will go to that. The next third one is Anvayartha. Take each word and find out the meaning of that. That is Anvayartha. Okay. The word to word meaning. At this stage, we know the meaning of each word in the context of the given verse. This is also called Pratipadartha. Then third word is Tatparyam. This also I explained to you already. So these are the 4 steps we'll have in this. The main the backbone of the understanding is Padavibhaga. That Padavibhaga is to be properly understood. The rules. Then automatically and Sandhi rules. Keeping these elements in mind, let us try to understand the meaning of sloka. So let us start our study of Anvayakrama with benedictory sloka from Valmiki Ramayana. We just pray Valmiki, the great Adikavi of Samskruta Vangmayam. First pray him and then we'll go. Kujantam Rama Rameti Madhuram Madhuraksharam Arusha Kavita Shakham Vande Valmiki Kokilam. Valmiki is the meaning of this. What is the sloka of the meaning? Valmiki is the cuckoo. Valmiki Kokilam. Valmiki is the cuckoo perched on the branch of poetry, sitting on the branch of poetry. Valmiki is sitting on the branch of poetry. Poetry is compared to a branch of a tree. Poetry. The cuckoo is melodiously cooking the name of Rama. What is the cuckoo is doing? Singing Rama, 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 Rama. The cuckoo is singing Rama. Who is cuckoo here? Valmiki. So Valmiki is singing Rama, Rama in Ramayana. That's what he is doing. Rama. Rama Nama itself is very sweet. Pujantam Rama Rameti Madhuram Madhuraksharam. That itself is sweet. Rama Nama itself is sweet. But when it is sung by Valmiki, the sweetness increased much more. And it is having Madhuraksharam. It is having very sweet words. Madhuram Madhuraksharam. So that's what this sloka meaning. Then for our study, we are taking some selected sloka from Moola Ramayanam of Valmiki. Example verse 1. Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabhavo Ramo Nama Janaihi Srutaha Niyatatma Mahaviryo Jyotiman Dhrutiman Swasi. This is the sloka. So now Padavibhaga. First step, what is the first step we have to do? Padavibhaga. So in Padavibhaga, let's take one by word. What is the first word we have in the sloka? Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabhavo. This is the first word. This word is what? Actually Samastapadam. Ikshvaku is one word. Vamsha is second word. Prabhava is third word. The Samastapadam of three words. So this is not to be broken up. But we have to break up at the end. Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabhavo is not the Sandhipadam. So what is Sandhi here? Prabhavo plus Ramo is Prabhavaha plus Rama. So that's actual word is Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabhavaha. It's not Prabhavo. The word that is to be taken as an individual word should be Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabhavaha. Remove O and put Vaha. Visarga Ukara Sandhi removed. Here Visarga Ukara Sandhi is removed. And O has been replaced by Vaha. Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabhavaha, Kama. Ramo. This also Visarga Ukara Sandhi. It is replaced by Ramaha, Kama. Nama, individual word. There is no change. Janaihi, individual word. No change. Kama. Srutaha, individual word. No change. Then Niyatatma, individual word. No change. Atman. Atman, Pradama Vibhakti Rupam is Atma. Niyatatma, Pradama Vibhakti Rupam. No change. Mahaviryo. Here again, Visarga Okara Sandhi is there. Okara Sandhi is there. So here it is written as Mahavirya. Remove Arya, Ryo and put Aryaha. So this is another Sandhi you have to separate. Then Jyutiman, another Pradama, no Sandhi there, no Vibhakti there. Jyutiman, Vibhakti is there, Pradama Vibhakti Rupam, no change. Jyutiman, no change. Vasi, no change. So as it is, you should write in Padavibhaga. Then what is the Padavibhaga? Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabhavaha, Kama, Ramaha, Kama, Nama, Kama, Janaihi, Kama, Srutaha, Kama, Niyatatma, Kama, Mahaviryaha, Kama, Jyutiman, Kama, Dhrutiman, Kama, Vasi. Last. So same order of sloka. Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabho, Ramo Nama Janai Srutaha, Niyatatma, Mahaviryo, Jyutiman, Dhrutiman, Vasi. The same order is there here also. Only we have broke up on it, that's all. Then how do you do Anvaya now? Here, the verb is not there in the sloka. Actually, whole words are there here. where is the action word? Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabhavaha is not an action. Ramaha is not an action, is not a work. Nama is not a work. Janaihi is not a work. Srutaha is not a Kriya Padam. It is a Srutaha is an action type of word, but that's not. It is used as Namavachakam here. It's not a Kriya Padam Rupa. Then Niyatatma, that means that is associated word of Kriya. The Srutaha is associated word of a Kriya Padam. So that means here there should be a Kriya is missing here. Niyatatma is not Kriya Padam, not an action. Mahaviryaha is not an action. Jyutiman is not an action. Dhrutiman is not an action. Vasi is not an action. How do you know it's an action or not action? By knowing the meaning. How do you know the meaning? Going to the dictionary. Nigantu. So, Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabhavaha. Now, what is the Anvaya now it should do? It is missing. Action is missing here. So, what is missing here? Asit. He was there. By name Rama is there, was there. In olden days. That Asit is missing. So, the Asit is to be added. That is called in the Anvaya rules. The word that is being taken now as to complete the sentence is called Ajaharaha. That Asit is taken as Ajahara and complete the sentence. How do you complete the sentence now? Srutaha Asit. A person like that is there, was there. Vinabadi undenu. He was heard like that. By whom? Janai, Tritiya Bhakti. By people, somebody was heard and was there. Janai Srutaha. Who was Janai Srutaha? Ramaha. Pradhama Bhakti. The Janai Srutaha. Asit is which word? Kartari Prayoga word. Kriya. When Asit is Kartari Prayoga Kriya, Karta will be what? Pradhama Bhakti. What are the Pradhama Bhakti Sabdas here? Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabhavaha, Ramaha, Nama, Niyatatma, Mahaviryaha, Jyutiman, Dhrutiman, Vasi. All these things are Pradhama Bhakti only. Then who is Karta in this? The Namavachaka is Karta. Out of all these things, which is Namavachaka? Rama. Ramaha Nama. By the name Rama Nama. Who is that Rama Nama? What is the adjectives of Rama Nama? Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabhavaha. First Niyatatma. Next Mahaviryaha. Next Jyutiman. Next Dhrutiman. Next Vasi. Next Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabhavaha. That Ramaha Nama. Having all those adjectives, that Rama Nama, Janaihi Srutaha Asit. The people were hearing. He was there. So now what we have done here now, by writing this Anvaya, we have taken the verb, we have put at the end first. The associate word for Asit is Srutaha. So Srutaha Asit combined, joined and put it here. Then by whom it is Srutaha? Janaihi. So Janaihi is also associated word Srutaha. Janai Srutaha Asit. That is the associated word for Srutaha Janai. Then who was heard? Ramaha. Ramaha Nama. The person by name Rama. Ramaha Nama. What type of Rama is there? All these things. So all these things are Karta. Pradhama Vibhakti Sabdas are all Karta. Because Asit is Kartari Prayoga Vakyam. Kriya. Kartari Prayoga Kriya. Karta will be Pradhama Vibhakti. So when once Asit is taken as the Kriya, all the Pradhama Vibhakti words in the sloka are Karta. That is written to be first. So they are written here first. Then there is no karma here. Rama is there. That's all. Rama was there. So there is no karma here. What is Kriya then? Asit. What are the associated words for Kriya? Janai Srutaha Asit. Janula Cheta Vinabadi Undenu. He was heard by people. A person like Rama, having so many qualities, was heard by people. He was there. So we do not find verb Kriya Padam Asit in this sloka, but it's okay. Then Pratipadartha. Ramaha Nama, one by name Rama, Niyatatma, who had his mind restrained, then Mahavirya, who had great prowess, Jyutiman, who was radiant, then Drutiman, who was courageous, Vasi, who had controlled his senses, then Srutaha was well known. Srutaha Asit was well known. By whom? Janai, among the people. Then Tatparyam. In the past, there was one Rama of the dynasty of Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabhava. Meaning of the Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabhava is written here. In the past, there was one Rama of the dynasty of Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabhava. He was renowned among the people. What is the meaning? From where it has come renowned? What is the meaning of renowned here? Janai Srutaha. That is correct. He was renowned among the people. Janai Srutaha. He had extraordinary prowess. That is Jyutiman. Drutiman. Prowess. Prowess is Mahavirya. Mahavirya prowess. So he was radiant, Jyutiman, courageous, Mahavirya, Drutiman. And then had his senses under control, Niyatatma. So each word is explained here with meaning, proper meaning in Tatparyam. In this Loka verse, the adjective Ikshvaku speaks the illustrious family of Rama, Ikshvaku Vamsha. Rama's restraint become evident when he left for the forest following the father's command. All these qualities, when he exhibited, that they are explaining in Tatparya. This restraining the quality is exhibited when he went to forest. He didn't blame anybody. While leaving, he showed remarkable self-control. Niyatatma, by neither blaming Kaikeyi nor Dasharatha for his plight. His prowess came to light in the way he slew Vali, Mahavirya. There, Mahavirya, Ravana and more Rakshasas. As the very name suggests, his charming personality was indeed known to everyone. Here this poet uses such adjective with a lot of significance. Each word has got a great significance in using that. The next sloka is Tamevangunam Sampannam Ramam Satchaparakramam. Tamevanguna Sampannam Ramam Satchaparakramam Yavarajyena Samyuktam Maichat Praicha Mahipatihi. Padavibhaga. Tamevanguna Sampannam. Here tam plus avanguna Sampannam. Here tam is to be separated. Remove Sandhi and write. Also remove Anuswara and write Mahalantam. Tam plus Evanguna Sampannam. Ramam. You have to write Anuswara, remove Anuswara and write Makaram. Ramam. Satchaparakramam. That you have to write as no change, as it is. Because it is the end of the sentence, it is written as Makaram only here. The same thing is coming here. No change. Yavarajyena. Tritiya Bhakti Sabdam. No change. Samyuktam Aichat. Here Sandhi is there. Samyuktam plus Aichat. The separation is to be done. Samyuktam comma, Aichat comma. Prichya, no change. Mahipati, no change. Now here, what is the verb in this? In these words, what is the verb? Aichat is the word. He liked. Who liked? Aichat is what is the Kriya? This is the Kriya here. Aichat is Kriya. Aichat Kriya, which Kriya is the past tense Kriya and Kartari Priya Kriya. How do you differentiate Kartari Priya Kriya and Karmani Priya Kriya? Kartari Priya Kriya will not have Yakaram. Karmani Priya Kriya will have Yakaram and it will be always in Atmanepati Rupa. That is the point you should understand. When the Kriya is in Atmanepati Rupam and with Yakaram in the Kriya, then that is definitely a Karmani Priya Kriya. That's why accordingly you have to apply the rules. But here Aichat is Ichhati Shabdasya Bhutakala Rupam. Aichat. Ichhati Shabdasya Bhutakala Rupam Aichat. He liked. Who liked? What? Who liked? That is the question. Aichat. Pradhamabhakti Sabdam is Karta for this. What is the Pradhamabhakti Sabdam? What of all? Out of all, Pradhamabhakti Sabdam is only one word, Mahipatihi. Mahipatihi is the Pradhamabhakti word. Mahipatihi Aichat. The first step. Mahipatihi. Now, how to do that? This is the words here. Tam, Yavanguna Sampannam, Ramam, Satchaparakramam, Yavarajyena, Samyuktam, Aichat, Prichya, Mahipati. This is the Padavibhaga. Then Anvaya, what you have to do? Step 1. Kriyapadam verb, echat. Step 2, Kartrupadam Mahipatihi. How you found out Kartrupadam? Because echat is the Kartari Priya Kriya, and Kartari Priya Kriya will have Pradhama Vibhakti Shabdam as Karta. Out of all these Shabdas, only Mahipatihi is the Pradhama Vibhakti Shabdam. So Mahipatihi is the Kartrupadam. So Kartrupadam is Mahipatihi. Then Karma Padam, all Ditya Vibhakti Shabdas are Karma Padam. Because this is Kartari Priya Kriya. In Kartari Priya Kriya, Karta will be Pradhama Vibhakti, Karma will be Ditya Vibhakti. So all Ditya Vibhakti Padani will be Karma Shabdas. So what are the Ditya Vibhakti Padas here? Tam, Evanguna Sampannam, Ramam, Satya Parakramam, Yavarajyena Samyuktam. These two are associated words. Samyuktam. Yavarajyena Samyuktam is one word. Yavarajyena Samyuktam, Satya Parakramam, Ramam, Yavangana Sampannam, Tam, all are Ditya Vibhakti words. All these things are karma. So karta, karma, kriya you have to write now. So kriya is echat. Karta is mahipati. Mahipati echat. In between karma will come. So mahipati tam evanguna sampannam ramam satyaparakramam yavarajyena samyuktam echat. There is one word left out now. What is that? Prichya. So where is the place for prichya now? Where it gets, this is an adverb. What is prichya? It's a type of how he is echat. How he is. When you put a question, how? The answer is adverb. How echat? Prichya echat. Like. Very interestingly. Prichya. So the prichya is associated with the verb. Adverb. So that goes along with the verb. So that is Anvayam is with verb. Prichya echat. So what is the sentence now? Tam Mahipatihi Tam Evanguna Sampannam Ramam Satyaparakramam Yavarajyena Samyuktam Prichya echat. So arrange it in this fashion. Then remove all these commas. Then write sentence. Then Mahipatihi Evanguna Sampannam Satyaparakramam Tam Ramam. When you write here with removing commas, you have to write again Anuswaras only. Please remember this. When you write commas, you are writing tam, comma, makar. Okay, ramam, makar. But when you are written as a sentence, you have removed commas. So then that becomes anuswaram only again. So you have to write mahipatihi evanguna sampannam satyaparakramam tam ramam yavarajyena samyuktam prichya echat. This is Anvaya. Then Artham. Mahipatihi means Raja, King Dasharatha. Prichya delightfully, echat desired. Tam Ramam Yavarajyena Samyukta. To make that Rama the crown prince. Evanguna Sampannam. Rama, who was endowed with qualities of mentioned earlier, means mentioned in earlier sloka. Satyaparakramam, one of the unfailing valor. Then Tatparyam, as desired earlier, Rama was possessed of many good qualities. Never once did his valor go fruitless. Dasharatha was desirous of making his son his crown prince. Indeed, it was a joyous occasion for the father. The person who ascends the throne after the king is called Uvaraja. Just like the crowning ceremony of the king, the coronation of the prince is celebrated according to the prescribed rites. Patta means throne. Pattabhisheka means the king or prince is bathed in holy water brought from various secret rivers. The royal astrologers fix up an auspicious day and time for the occasion is celebrated with great pomp. This is the second verse. Then third example we take. Taya dasya tapurashanam, it is to be corrected. Tasya sakaram should be there. Tasyabhisheka sambharan. Sakaram should be there. Tasyabhisheka sambharan društva bharyatha kaikeyi purvam dattavara devi varamena mayachata vivasanancha ramasya bharatasya So how to padavibhaga here? First word is tasyabhisheka sambharan. Tasya, here also taya abhisheka. Tasya abhisheka. Tasya abhisheka sambharan. Tasya plus abhisheka sambharan. Tasya plus Abhishek Sambharan, Tasya Abhishek Sambharan. So Tasya is separate word, Abhishek Sambharan is separate word. Then Društva is separate word. Bharyatha, again break up. Bharya plus Atha. This is Savarnavik Sandhi. This is Tasya Abhishek Sambharan to Savarnavik Sandhi. Similarly, Bharyatha is also Savarnavik Sandhi. Bharya plus Atha, Bharyatha, Savarnavik Sandhi. So separate it, write Bharya separately, Atha separately. Kaikeyi, no change. Pradhama Vibhakti word. Purvam, remove Anuswaram, put Makaram here when you are writing separately. Then Dattavara, Pradhama Vibhakti word, no change. Devi, Pradhama Vibhakti word, no change. Purvam is a Avyayam, no change. Then Varamena Mayachata, Varam plus Enam plus Ayachata, 3 words combined here. These two broken up. Varam plus Enam plus Ayachata. Sandhi is to be removed. The simple sandhis are here. Halanta sandhis are there here. Then Varam plus Enam, Varamenam. Enam plus Ayachata, Enam Mayachata. So that Makaram is removed and put Akaram here. Makaram is removed, Yakaram is put here. So Enam, Varam plus Enam. Vivasanam, the Anuswaram to be written as Makaram. Vivasanam means going to forest. Cha, no change. Ramasya, no change. Bharatasya Abhishechanam. Here Savarnavik Sandhi again. Bharatasya plus Abhishechanam. Bharatasya Abhishechanam. This is Sandhi again. When you write words separately here, Tasya Abhisheka Sambharan, comma, Društva, comma, Društva is what is Društva? Tvantam. Kriya Padam in Tvanta Rupam. That means this is subkriya. It is not the main kriya. Main kriya will be always like this. Ayachata. This is the main kriya. So Društva, subkriya. Abhisheka Sambharan Društva. These two are together. Tasya Abhisheka Sambharan Društva is one word. One sub-sentence. Tasya Abhisheka Sambharan Društva is one sub-sentence. Ayachata is main sentence kriya. Then Atha is the time. When it happened, when that Abhishek Sambharan happened. Then Bharya is Pradhama Vibhakti word, Kaikeyi is Pradhama Vibhakti word, Purvam Pradhama Avyayam, Dattavara Pradhama Vibhakti word, Purvam is this is the Pradhama Vibhakti word, Purvam. Then Devi Pradhama Vibhakti word. So all these 5 red color is Karta, Pradhama Vibhakti words, because Ayachata is the Kriya. What is Ayachata indicates? Ayachata is Yachate, Atmanepadi Kriya, Bhutakala Rupam, Ayachata. So this is it because Yakaram is there at the beginning? Is it Karmani Prayoga? No. If it is Karmani Prayoga, it will be Ayachyate. Ayachyate will be. Ayachyata will be. If it is Karmani Prayoga, how it will be? Ayachyata. After Cha, Yakaram will come. But Yakaram is not there, so Kartari Prayoga. Ayachata means she asked, requested, asked or demanded. Ayachata, her boon. She demanded her boon. Ayachata. Who demanded? Bharya Kaikeyi Purvam Dattavara Devi. Kaikeyi Ayachata. What type of Kaikeyi it is? Purvam Dattavara Devi. The person who got varas in the past. Purvam Dattavara Devi Bharya Kaikeyi Ayachata. What Ayachata? Varam Ayachata. Whom Ayachata? Enam Ayachata. Enam whom? Enam means what? Him. Who is that him? Dasaratham. Enam means Dasaratham. So Devi Kaikeyi, Bharya Kaikeyi, Purvam Dattavara Devi Bharya Kaikeyi, Varam Enam Ayachata. Then next, what is the step next? Some more. What type of varam she is asked? Vivasanam cha Vivasanam Ditya Bhakti. Ramasya Vivasanam is one Ditya Bhakti. Bharatasya Abhishechanam, second Ditya Bhakti. So these two are karma. Varam karma, Ditya Bhakti. Enam karma, Ditya Bhakti. So all these things are karma sabdas. Karta sabdam was Bharya, Kaikeyi, Purvam, Dattavara, Devi, Pradhama Bhakti sabdas. These are all these things. When she has asked Atha at that time, when at that time, Tasya Abhisheka Sambharan Društva, Atha, then, Atha means at that time. At that time means last. When that last slokam. Atha is linked to the last slokam. Atha tasya abhisheka sambharam društva Purvam Dattavara Devi Bharya Kaikeyi Vivasanam Ramasya Vivasanam Bharatasya Abhisheshanam Cha Ayachata. This is the Anvaya. So what is the first step now? What we have done now? I have already told Anvayam, but what we have done while doing so? First we have found out Kriya Padam. Ayachata. This is Kartari Prayo Kriya. Since this is Kartari Prayo Kriya, we have to find out Pradhama Vibhakti Sabdas. As to find out Karta. So Kartrupadam will have Pradhama Vibhakti Sabdas. These are all the Pradhama Vibhakti Sabdas. Bharya, Kaikeyi, Purvam, Dattavara, Devi. All these things are Pradhama Vibhakti Sabdas. Then we have to find out Karmani, Ditya Vibhakti Sabdas. Varam, Yenam, Vivasanam, Ramasya, Bharatasya, Abhisheshanam Cha. These are all the Ditya Vibhakti Sabdas. The remaining associated words are Atha Tasya Abhisheshanam Društva. These are the associated words. This will go to the time. When it happened. Tasya Abhishapa Sanjaram Društva. At that time it happened. So Atha, this will come first. All the time, always time and place will come first. Sambhavana, time and place will come in the beginning of the sentence. Here time, this belongs to time. Atha Tasya Abhisheka Sambharam Društva Bharya Kaikeyi Purvam Dattavara Devi Varam Yenam Vivasanam Cha Ramasya Bharatasya Abhisheshanam Ayachata. This is the order. Then rearranging the order. Atha Tasya Abhisheka Sambharam Društva Purvam Dattavara Bharya Devi Kaikeyi Ramasya Vivasanam Bharatasya Abhisheshanam Cha Varam Yenam Ayachata. Next Padavarattam. Atha then Društva, on seeing Tasya Abhisheka Sambharam, the requisites of his crowning ceremony, Devi Kaikeyi, Queen Kaikeyi, Purvam Dattavara, who had been granted a boon earlier, Ayachata asked Varam, the boon, Ramasya Vivasanam, sending Rama away to the forest, Cha and Bharatasya Abhisheshanam, crowning Bharata, Tatparyam. Preparations were on the crowning ceremony of Rama. Watching the Kaikeyi hesitated and could not bear the thought of Rama becoming the Uvaraja. She demanded the two boons Dasharatha had granted her earlier. The first was to send Rama to an exile, second was to Bharata to be crowned in his stead. During war with Timidhwaja on earlier occasion, Dasharatha lost consciousness. Kaikeyi, who had accompanied him then, took him away to a safe place and saved his life. Pleased by this gesture, he promised her two boons, which she said she would ask later when needed. Now, when Rama was to be crowned, she felt jealous that her son was not ascending the throne. So she asked the Rama to be sent to forest for 14 years and Bharata be made the crown prince. So now this is Anuvada. Now that is we have given the brief Anvaya Kramaha, the basics of Anvaya Kramaha I have given to you. There are another 18 slokas are there in the portion. We have taken only 3 slokas now. There are 21 slokas in the total book. We have completed 3 slokas now. There are another 18 slokas depending on the time I will take. Otherwise, you attend my classes in the regular course. So, but I have given the basics of Anvaya Krama. How to do Anvaya Krama. All the clear indications, rules and regulations, the way it should be done is already given to you. So, Anvaya Krama more or less is completed. It's only a question of showing the examples. If any specialities are there, the specialities explanation. If you see the Parichaya book, you will understand all those things. Now, next step is the going to the Samasyas. And Samasya, there are Samasya is another important prakaranam. I will take another 5 minutes to explain 1 or 2 Samasyas. Samasya is a very important aspect of selecting a Pandits. How the Pandits, selection of the people. When a person has studied, educated, at the final they will go to the testings. In Purvakalam, in Kasi, Navadvipa and Bengal, Kasi Viswavidyalaya at that time, and then Kashmir, and then Kanchi, various Viswavidyalayas used to be there. There people used to go and test themselves and get the credit that they have been certified. Yes, this man is a Pandit. So for that purpose, when they go, they give some Samasyas to them. That Samasya you have to pull up. So the Samasya, first Samasya was given to him is Varshat Sekam Dinam Gauri Pratidinam Na Pasyati. Every year, in a year, Gauri doesn't see her husband's face. Gauri Pativadanam Na Pasyati. husband's face doesn't see. Why? So the Kavi has completed it as Bhadrapada Sukla Chaturthi to Chandra Darsana Sankaya. On Bhadrapada Sukla Chaturthi, Vinayaka Chaturthi day, if you see Chandra, you will die. That's what Gauri Devi has given a sapam. Because Chandra is laughed at Ganapati. So that sapam she knows. That's why she doesn't see husband's face on that day. That's what Kavi has very interestingly completed the sloka. Bhadrapada Sukla Chaturthi to Chandra Dansana Sankaya. Chandra may be seen if you see the face of Shiva, because on the Shiva's head, Chandra is there. So if I see Chandra, I will get sapam. So Gauri, who has given the sapam itself, he is fearing to him to see that. So she has got that much confidence on her sapam. So that's all. It's all just a joke. It's not actually happened. Similarly, Tatena Kaditam Putra. Tatena Kaditam means by father. Tata means father. By father was told, Kaditam was told. What he told? Hey Putra, Lekham Likha. Write the letter. Mamadniya, as per my order. As per my order, please write the this thing. Then next line is Natena Likito Lekaha Pituragnana Lopita. Natena Likito. Natena Likito, by him, by Tena means by him. Natena, not by him written, Likato. Natena Likito is not written by him. The Lekha was not written by him. And at the same time, Pituragna Nalopita. Pituragna was not disobeyed. Nalopita means not disobeyed. How? Pituragna is what? To write the Lekha. But he didn't write the letter. But Pituragna Nalopita. How it happened? That's what the Pandit told. Here there is a mistake. Natena should not be separated. It's not Natena. It is Natena. Natena means by obedience. So in Sanskritam you should be very careful. Where to break or where not to break. Where not is to be broken, if you break it, it will give a different meaning. Where there is to not to be joined, if you join, it will have a different meaning. So here Natena is broken. It should not be broken. It is Natena. Natena means by obedience. By obedience he wrote the Lekha and he has obeyed the order of father. The next is Agataha Pandavaha. Pandavas came. Sarve Pandavaha Agataha. All Pandavas came. Where Duryodhana Samihaya. It looks like they came to Duryodhana. But actually it is not like that. And what they did? Tasyai Gam Suvarnamcha. Tasyai. From him, for him, cow and Suvarnam they asked. It doesn't say they asked, but it doesn't give any correct meaning. The second line doesn't give correct meaning. Tasyai Gam Suvarnamcha Ratnani Vividhanicha. It doesn't give any meaning. It gives a disconnected story. So Tasyai Gam Suvarnamcha Ratnani Vividhanicha. Ratna, etc., gold, etc., and cows, etc., like that. But what is etc.? So it doesn't give a correct meaning. But there is something wrong here. What is that wrong? Agataha Pandavaha Sarve Aduhu. Here, this Avagraham is looping. That Poropa Sandhi, Yasakaram will be there, no? That Asakaram is looping, is Luptam here. So by that, what happened? We are not knowing that there is Sandhi there. So actually it is Sarve Aduhu. Dhana Samihaya. Sarve Aduhu Dhana Samihaya. Ayam Dhana Samihaya. That's what it means. Duryodhana Samihaya Aduhu Ayam Dhana Samihaya. So Pandavas Sarve Aduhu, they gave. For whom? Dhana Samihaya. People who came for Dhanam. What they have given to them? Tasyai. For them, they have given cows they have given Bangaram, Swarnam, and they have given Ratnani also. That's what it meaning. Similarly, another important sloka.
Guru Garandi.
Vimshatihi, Ekona Vimshatihi, Strinam, Snanardham Sarayugata. Ekona Vimshati means it becomes 19. Ekona means Ekona, less than 20. That is 19. 19 strees went to Sarayu to take bath. Vimshatihi Punaragata. 20 came back. How it can be? They went 19, 20 came back. Not only that, Ekaha Vyagrena Bhakshata. One person killed by Vyagra. That means 21. Went only 19. But account is being given for 21. How is it? So the lopam is here. Ekona. Ekaha na. The understanding there is Ekaha na. Ekaha na is sandhi there. You cannot combine this there. Eko you have to write separately. Eko na you have to write. So Ekaha na means Purushaha. One Purushaha, one male person, Vimshatihi Strinam, 20 strees, Snanardham Sarayum Gata. For Snanam, they went to Sarayu river. That means how many people went? 21. So who returned? Vimshati Punaragata. 20 strees, ladies came back. Ekaha Vyagrena Bhakshita. Ekaha means the male person was killed by Vyagraha. So the problem here is Ekona. Ekaha na. That is to be separated. Eko na is to be separated there. So the writing is a mistake. So you should be very careful in writing Samskrutam. Next is this Ahanchatvam cha Rajendra Lokanadhav Ubhavapi Bahurihi Rajan Sashti Tat Purusho Bhavan. One beggar came to the king and told, you are also Lokanadha. I am also Lokanadha. Lokanadha word he has used in a different way here. Ahancha Tvamcha. Aham myself, Tvamcha you, hey Rajendra, Lokanadhav Ubhavapi. Ubhavi we both. Lokanadhav, we both are Rajas only. But that is hurting Raja, insulting Raja, right? He's a beggar. But he's explaining next line. In what way he is explaining? Bahuvrihi aham Rajan. If you take this Lokanadhav as Bahuri Samasa, I am Lokanadha. When you say Bahuri Samasa, what does it gives? The person who is having Lokas as Nadha. All people are Nadha for him. For beggar, everybody is Nadha. Everybody is Raja for him. Lokanadha, Lokame Nadha for him. For beggar. That is Bahuri Samasa explanation. But if you go Tatpi Tatpurusha explanation, Lokascha Nadha. For Lokas Nadha. For Lokas Nadha who? King. That is Sakshi Tatpurusha Samasa. So the same word can be interpreted in two samasas. One samasa is Sashti Tatpurusha, another samasa as Bahuri Samasa. If you take it as a Bahuri Samasa, that gives a meaning of beggar. And if you take a Sashti Tatpurusha Samasa, that gives a meaning of Raja. So that's what beggar means. Ahancha Tvamcha Rajendra Lokanadhav Ubhavapi. We both are Raja, Lokanadhas only. But I am having Lokas as Natha. And whereas you are Natha for the Lokas. So that is the meaning. So here, one more are there. Time is over now. I will stop here. Time is over, right?
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock.
Another 5 are there. You please understand, in book it is very clearly written, you can understand them. Another 5 slokas are there, 5 samasyas are there in the book. Similarly, Subhashitas also I complete only for 5 lessons. Another 5 lessons, Subhashitas are left out. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavai Tejasvinavadi Tamastu Mahavidvishavai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Go to the Pradhana, please, as it is.
Okay, Babu garu Pradhana.
ధన్యవాదములండి.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Now we will go for prarthana. Let us request Jayasri Garu to chant Swasti Mantram, please.
Yes. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधनाः सधनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतं सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान् मा प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सर्वे जना सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त सन्मङ्गलानि सन्तु स्वस्ति धन्यवादाలు गुरुगाరు नमस्कार
సర్వే జన సుఖినో భవంతు. ధన్యవాదములండి జయశ్రీ గారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్.
నమస్తే
Now we'll go for national anthem. Let us request Chala Chittibabu Garu to recite national anthem, please.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद
జై హింద్. ధన్యవాదములండి చల్లా చిట్టిబాబు గారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. Now I'll stop the recording.
There are questions, so we can
Okay.
keep the recording.
Okay.
Padmavati garu.
నమస్కారం గురువు గారు.
Alright.
అహంచి పంచ రాజేంద్ర లోకనాథేవ్ భాపి బహురూపి రహంరాజన్
కాస్త గట్టిగా మాట్లాడాలి. కాస్త
Hmm.
గట్టిగా
అహంచి
మాట్లాడాలి.
పంచ రాజేంద్ర లోకనాథేవ్ భాపి బహురీహి రహంరాజన్ షష్ఠి తత్పురుష భవాన్. ఇది 5th అండి. ఒక్కసారి 3rd, 4th స్క్రీన్ మీద చూపించండి గురువు గారు ఒక్కసారి మళ్ళీ. అందులో దుర్యోధన ఉంటుందండి అందుకని.
ఐదోది అహంచ త్వంచ రాజేంద్ర లోకనాథౌ భావపి బహురీహి ఆం రాజన్ షష్ఠీ తత్పురుషో భవాన్. ఏంటి మీ డౌట్ ఏంటి? What is your doubt?
థరుడు అండి మూడోదండి మూడోది తృతీయ ఒకసారి
తృతీయ.
థరుడు శ్లోకం అండి.
Tritiya is Agatah Pandavaha Sarve.
ఇందులో
Sarve
దుర్యోధన
Aduhu. This is Sarve Aduhu. Actually, Aograham should be there here. Sarve plus Aduhu. Aduhu means gave. For everybody they gave. I am Dhana Samihaya. Aduhu Yaha Dhana Samihaya. Evaraithe whoever has come. Yaha. Yaha Dhana Samiha. Yaha means whoever. Whoever came for Dhanam, Aduhu, they gave. Sarve they gave. For everybody they gave. Sarve Aduhu Yaha Dhana Samihaya. Sarve Aduhu, if you write Avagraham here, that will be properly understood. Because you have not written Avagraham here, that gives a meaning Sarve Duryodhana. That Duryodhana gives a wrong meaning. It misleads the people. So Sarve Aduhu Yaha Dhana Samihaya. Yaha whoever. Dhana Samihaya for the sake of Dhanam. Aduhu they gave. Sarve they gave. For everybody they gave. Who gave? Pandava. Agatah Sarve Aduhu. Whoever have come for Dhana Samihaya, Pandavaha Aduhu. Pandavas gave. Em vicharu tasyai. For him, Gam, Suvarnam, Cha, Ratnani, Vibdhani cha. Cows, gold and jewels. Next.
ధన్యవాదాలండి అర్థమైంది.
అయిపోయిందండి. ఓకే పద్మ. Anyone else who has? Kindly lower your hand after you ask your question. Finish so that we can understand.
Remove the hand, please.
Yeah. ఇంకో ప్రశ్న ఉందా అండి పద్మావతి గారు?
అవునండి వాళ్ళు అడిగారు, అడుగుతానండి, లాస్ట్ లో అడుగుతాను గురుగారు.
ఓకే. There is a question in the chat box. Just a minute.
What is that?
When is the Visarga transformed to E or O?
E or O. It goes to O. It doesn't go to E.
Okay.
It goes
Arun
to
Kumar
O.
garu, you
That
can
is-
ask your question
You
directly.
understand Visarga rules. Now let us not go into those details now.
Sir,
Okay.
Namaskaram, sir.
Different rules it goes to O. Different rules it goes to Lopam. Different rules it goes to Saha. Sa. Different rules it goes to Rakaram.
Sir, here I ask a simple question, sir. A or O, sometimes it is converted, transformed to A, and sometimes it is transformed to O. What is the difference, sir? Visarga, sometimes A, sometimes O.
It doesn't go to A. It never goes to A. It goes to O only.
Okay.
Visarga goes to O only. When A is there, that Lopam happens.
Okay.
It must be in Saptami Vibhakti. That word must be in Saptami Vibhakti. And Visarga may be there. Or something like that. A with A, it doesn't happen.
Okay.
Where it is? Can you give me an example? You cannot just ask like that.
In Vishnu Sahasranamam, sir, sometimes somewhere.
You have to tell me the Vishwasanam where it is.
Okay, sir. Just I verify and I come back tomorrow, sir.
Yeah, you have to see that. Otherwise, it will not be happen like that. All Vishwasanams are all sort Pradhama Bhakti. They are all Pradhama Bhakti. Vishwam, Vishnu, Vashatkaro, Vishnu, Vashatkaro, Vishnu, Visarga Lopasanti there. Vishnu who?
Yes, sir. Yes. Okay.
So, there Visarga Lopasanti. So, either Visarga Lopasanti will be there, Visarga Okara Santi will be there, like that will be there. In different rules. See, Purvapadam Visarga should be there. Purvapadam, different situations, different things will happen. Different situations, unless I tell you, will not understand.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay.
If I have to explain O, I have to explain the Visarga Ukara Sandhi now, totally now. Not only Visarga Ukara Sandhi, it will be Visarga becomes Ukaram, Ukaram becomes Okaram, Gunasandhi, then another Purva Sandhi may come sometimes, Purva Sandhi may not come sometimes. So all those rules are there. So that's why unless you have thorough knowledge on Visarga slokas, don't break up the words as you like. Read as it is, what is in the sloka. Then it will not be mistake.
Okay, there is one more question in the chat box. What is the significance of Pratipadartha in Anvayam?
Unless you know Pratipadartha, you don't know what is the contextual meaning. You see, by understanding the meaning, just general meaning, you make by understanding the grammar, you have made the sentence. Because Kartri Prayog Kriya, Pradhama Vibhakti Sabdam will be Karta. And all other Pradhama Vibhakti Sabda will be Visheshanam for that Karta. So Karta group is separated. So Ditya Vibhakti Sabdas will be Karma. All Ditya Vibhakti Sabdas are group separated. And next is Kriya. So Karta, Karma, Kriya, you made the sentence based on the grammatical rules. Kartari Prayog Kriya, Pradhama Vibhakti Sabdas Karta, Ditya Vibhakti Sabdas Karma. But what is the meaning of this sentence? Unless you know Anvayartha, how do you know the correct meaning, contextual meaning on the sloka?
Exactly.
Yeah.
In the,
Yeah. Who is
in the
first?
example that you have said just now regarding Duryodhana, unless until we know the Anvaya properly, we will be reading it as Duryodhana.
Duryodhana only, right?
Right.
So like that.
Okay, there are no more questions. In case anyone has anything, please raise your hand.
Sharma ji, are you comfortable with the lessons?
Sharma ji. Acha, Padmavati garu.
Yes, Guruji, I have tried to follow. Honestly, my Sanskrit is weak. Unfortunately, I have not been in a position to devote much time. But I plan
This
to
is
catch
second
up.
level. First level you should understand first.
This chapter was comparatively easy and I could follow it. The Sandhi chapter was a bit difficult, so maybe later when we have completed the test paper tomorrow, we'll take up certain difficult things.
Sandhi is mathematical structure. That's all. You divide the words. Each word will have a combination of syllables. You remove the syllables, you will understand the Sandhi. If we say Rama, Rama is having what are the syllables? Ra, A, M, Aha. You have to understand that syllables in each letter. Unless that concept is developed, you don't understand the Sandhi properly. So every word, what are the syllables in that word? Base syllable. You have to understand that.
Okay, Padmavati garu, you can ask your question now.
Sitara garu, S. Sitara. Alagandi. Sitaramaya gara.
Sitaramurthy garu.
Sitaramurthy garu.
You can unmute and ask.
Sitaramurthy garu alagandi.
ఎగ్జామ్స్ రాసేటప్పుడు అన్వయంలో పెద్ద అన్వయం రచనలో 4 ఐటమ్స్ చెప్పారు వాళ్ళు. పద విభాగము, అన్వయము, అన్వయార్థము, ప్రతిపదార్థము. ఈ 4 ఐటమ్సే రాయమన్నారు. కానీ అన్వయం చేసుకోవడానికి నాకు సమస్య వచ్చింది. అందువల్ల ప్రతిపదార్థం రాసుకుని తర్వాత అన్వయం రాసుకోవాల్సి వచ్చింది.
ప్రతిపదార్థం రాసుకుని అన్వయం రాయడం అది కరెక్ట్ పద్ధతి కాదు నా ఉద్దేశం.
కర్త కర్మ గ్రామటికల్ గా అన్ని గుర్తించినా సరే
గ్రామటికల్ గా గుర్తించే రాయాలి. గ్రామటికల్ గా గుర్తించి గ్రూప్ చేయాలి. అలాగే నేర్చుకోవాలి.
సీతారామూర్తి గారు, ప్రభాకర్ రావు గారు చెప్తున్నది వినండి.
అడ్జస్ట్ చేయడం కాదు.
సీతారామూర్తి గారు, ప్రభాకర్ రావు గారు చెప్పింది విన్నారా?
విన్నానండి. అంటే ఇప్పుడు మనం గ్రామటికల్ గా ప్రథమా విభక్తి పదాలు అన్ని కర్తలు అవుతాయి, ద్వితీయ విభక్తి పదాలన్నీ కర్మలు అవుతాయి. విభక్తి ప్రకారం చేసుకున్నా సరే అన్వయం చేయలేకపోయినాను.
అంటే కాస్త పుస్త ఐడియా ఉండాలి, అర్థం మీనింగ్ అంటే ఎగ్జాక్ట్ మేము అర్థం అర్థం తెలిసినా తెలియకపోయినా సమ్ ఐడియా ఆఫ్ మీనింగ్ షుడ్ బి దేర్ టు మేక్ ఇట్ అన్వయం.
4 స్టెప్లే ఇచ్చారండి వాళ్ళు. పద విభాగం చేసుకోమన్నారు. అన్వయం అన్వయం, అన్వయ రచన, తాత్పర్యం.
రచన అనేది హయ్యర్ స్టెప్ అండి, హయ్యర్ లెవెల్ అండి అది.
అక్కడ ప్రతిపదార్థం ఎందుకు ఇవ్వలేదని చెప్పేసి నేను అన్న. ప్రతిపదార్థం తెలిస్తే గానీ అన్వయం చేయలేం కదా మనం.
అన్వయ రచన అంటున్నారు కదా, అన్వయ రచన మెథడ్ ఈస్ డిఫరెంట్.
అదే
అన్వయ రచన మెథడ్ ఈస్ డిఫరెంట్, దట్ ఇస్ హయ్యర్ లెవెల్. నౌ వీఆర్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ బేస్.
గ్రామటికల్ గానే గుర్తించాలన్న.
ఇప్పుడు బేస్ లెవెల్లో మనం నేర్చుకుంటున్నాం వాక్యాన్ని తయారు చేయటం. అన్వయ రచన ప్రకారం ఈ లింకప్ విత్ క్రియాపదానికి మిగతా పదాలకి లింకప్ చేయటం అనేది అన్వయ రచన ప్రకారం నేర్చుకుంటాం. దానికి ఎలా క్వశ్చన్ వేసుకోవాలి, దానికి ఆన్సర్ ఎలా తెప్పించుకోవాలి, ఆ క్వశ్చన్లు ఏ టైప్ ఆఫ్ క్వశ్చన్లు వేయాలి, అవన్నీ అన్వయ రచనలో వస్తాయి శిక్షలో. There are 37 rules are there for that.
ప్రతిపదార్థం రాసుకోకూడదా?
రాసుకోకూడదని ఎవరు రాయాలి, తప్పదు. రాసుకోకూడదని ఎవరన్నారు? అన్వయ రచన చేయటం నేర్చుకోవాలి ఫస్ట్. కరెక్ట్గా లింకప్ చేయాలి అంటే, ఎంత డిఫికల్ట్ శ్లోకాన్నైనా లింకప్ చేయాలంటే అన్వయ రచన అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి. ఏదో మామూలు శ్లోకాలకి అర్థం తెలుసుకుని రాసేయచ్చు వాక్యం, బట్ డిఫికల్ట్ శ్లోకాలు ఉంటాయి. ఆ డిఫికల్ట్ శ్లోకాలకు వచ్చేటప్పటికి అన్వయ రచన అర్థమైతే కానీ మీరు ఆ డిఫికల్ట్ శ్లోకాలను చేయలేరు.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
ఓకే, లక్ష్మి గారు.
నమస్కారం గురువు గారు. ఇప్పుడు యూ గేవ్ దిస్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ ఫర్ సమన్వయ, ఇజంట్ ఇట్? సో ఇన్ దట్ అది లోపం అనేది మనం ముందు తెలుసుకోవాలా, లేకపోతే అది మిస్ప్రింట్ అండి దుర్యోధన దాంట్లో?
ఏమండి, అది టెస్ట్ కోసం ఇచ్చి సమస్య కదండి, అది టెస్టింగ్ కోసం ఇచ్చింది. అది
అంటే సమస్య మనం పూరించాలన్నమాట,
సమస్యను పూరించాలి. మీకు టెస్ట్ ఇచ్చారు, మీకు
ఓకే ఓకే
తప్పు అని మీరు చెప్పాలి. అది
ఓకే ఓకే అర్థమైంది. ఓకే, నమస్కారం, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఓకే, పద్మావతి గారు.
గురువు గారు మళ్ళీ నమస్కారం అండి. ఇంకొకసారి
కాస్త గట్టిగా మాట్లాడండి మీరు.
అడగండి అమ్మా.
విరాజు రాజపుత్రారే ఇచ్చారండి. విరాజు రాజపుత్రారే సవర్ణ దీర్ఘ సంధి అని చెప్పారు. బ్రహ్మ మన్మద 2 ఇండిపెండెంట్ వర్డ్స్. వి బరుడు రాజ గరుడ పశురాజు రాజు
నేర్చుకుంటారమ్మా. నేను ఓన్లీ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ గా చెప్పాను మీకు. మీకేం కావాలి ఇప్పుడు దాంట్లో?
వి అనేది ఎప్పుడు కూడా బర్డ్ అనే మీనింగ్ వస్తుందా గురువు గారు?
వీకి చాలా అర్థాలు ఉన్నాయి. ఇక్కడ తీసుకునేది పక్షి.
సరే, అలాగే.
ప్రతి సంస్కృతంలో ప్రతి పదానికి ఒక డిఫరెంట్ మీనింగ్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఇక్కడ వీకి పక్షి అని అర్థం తీసుకోవాలి.
సరే.
ఓకే ఓకే, ఐ థింక్ we have come to the end of question and answer session. Babu garu.
Okay, now let us stop recording.